I cannot explain you how terrible that would be. Don't have contact with others, don't be around doing stupid things. The most disgusting thing, we touch it all the time. We clean our hands, but we don't clean the phone, so it's very stupid. Hello YouTubers, and welcome to a new video of Arepas for Dinner. So today's video is a little bit more serious because I'm going to talk about the coronavirus here in Prague, the city where I live. So if I'm looking a little bit down, it's because I made an entire list of many things. One is what the government is doing. Two is what the virus is doing here. Three is pretty much my advice. I'm not a doctor, but I do read a lot. I know a lot about Czech Republic. I investigate a lot. So I think I have very good insights on what to do if you are living in Prague, and as well, what are we doing personally to not as much as stay safe, but to not to not transmit the virus to other people. So stay tuned for everything. And at the end of the video, I'm gonna leave a link to a webpage where you can see the coronavirus cases worldwide per country all the time, every day. They just put them there, the amount of recovered people, the amount of death, the amount of intensive care. So I'm gonna leave that as well. So let's start with the video. So by today, Friday, 13th of March, we had 116 cases here in the Czech Republic, spread all over, so they're not only in Prague. Therefore, the government decided to declare a state of emergency for 1 month. That is because we don't want to get to the levels that Italy or Spain are getting. Therefore, we kind of act before the virus kind of spreads too much in here. Okay, so what this state of emergency means. First of all, it's going to last at least 30 days. For now, it's 30 days, but we don't know, it might last more. So they close absolutely all the sports areas and all the gyms and all that, but even the stadiums are closed to people. All the wellness centers are closed, the swimming pools, the galleries and the libraries, they're all closed, as well as no school and no university. All of them had been shut down, and students, I guess, they're doing online classes, or they were going to start doing online classes today or on Monday. All movie theaters, besides one or two, are all closed as well. Only those two were because they were gonna sell tickets below 99 people, but that rule changed because now actually every gathering of more than 30 people is forbidden. So I think even movie theaters are gonna be completely shut down. No concerts of course, and no clubs, no restaurants, no bars, nothing of that after 8 p.m. because we're trying to, make people stay home and not be outside being contaminant for others and spreading the coronavirus. As well, no buses or trains are to enter the country, no matter what. So if you want to enter the country, you have to do it by flights, that I'm going to say what's going on with that specifically right now, by plane, or you have to do it by your own car. And if you're doing it by your own car, there's also certain restrictions. So I'm going to explain everything here. You can enter from Germany or Austria by car, but you have to be living in the Czech Republic, have a proof that you're living here, maybe be put under quarantine for 2 weeks to make sure that you don't have the virus, and you have to be taking the measurement and everything. So far, the Czech Republic didn't have the test to fast test the people. That's why we haven't had that many cases, because it takes super long to test people. They had to take it to the laboratory and do all that. And apparently the army was getting those tests finally, so they're going to be able to test people in the borders and everything like they're doing in Italy, for example. So no flights, forbidden flights coming from Germany, Austria, China, South Korea, Iran, Italy, Spain, Australia, Germany, Switzerland, Sweden, Norway, Holland. Oh, I say Australia, I meant Austria. Sweden, Norway, Holland, Belgium, UK, Denmark, and France. So no flights and no visitors can come from those places, and anybody from those places coming here, even by car, they have to prove that they live in the Czech Republic. Also, for us, it's kind of forbidden to go to those places if we live here, because even though some of us are still foreigners, if you have the more than 90 days resident permit or whatever, you count like a Czech person, so the government is kind of forbidding you to visit these places. Also, they cancel all the visa applications for more than 90 days to the country, and they forbid all the gatherings of more than 30 people. At that includes masses, church or any religious activities, any cultural activities, any sports, any festivals, any markets, the outside spring markets. And the only gathering that is allowed are funerals right now. So why? A lot of people especially in the expat groups are saying, I want to go out, they close school, what do you think I can do in Prague if all the museums are closed, where I can go, where I can visit? And it's like, dude, if everything is closed, it's for a big reason. We don't have the amount of cases here yet as in Spain or Italy, and we're trying to avoid having them. That's exactly what's going on. Why? High risk of contamination. If you know anything about coronavirus, you know it spreads from people to people like 3 or 4 times. I think, I'm not a doctor, but 3 or 4 times more than the normal flu. So it's very easy to contaminate others if you have the virus. Young people are okay, but old people are in very high risk, and that's an issue. We have to protect our elders, and we have to protect our sick people as well, and we have to be responsible. It's not time to be selfish and say, oh, but I wanted to go to the market to buy some. No, dude, no, it's not the time. Really, just not. Czech Republic has a significantly lower number of bed hospitals per capita than the average European Union country. We're talking about that in this study that I'm going to read the name from Healthcare Efficiency in the Czech Republic, Evidence for Inpatient Care from Jana Vodopkova. It was said that we have 6 beds for every 1,000 people. And that's not 6 intensive care beds, no, that's 6 beds. And they're not even counting intensive care because they're saying that in case of respiratory issues, there's ways of not putting the people in the intensive care because they know for sure there's not enough beds. So to put it in perspective, 6 beds is what we have here for 1,000 people. In Portugal, they have around 4 beds per 1,000 people of intensive care. And in Germany, they have 25 of intensive care per 1,000 people. So we have very below average beds per person. That means that the health crisis and the hospital crisis can be there if the virus really comes here, like it happened in Italy or in Spain, because our health system is by no means as good as the Italian one or the Spanish one. And also, you have to take in consideration that 19% of the population of this country is older than 65 years old. That's about 2 million people, but it's not about the number because this is a very small country, but it's 19% of the population. That means that 19% of the country is at risk with this disease. This is an old country, and we young people and active people and people that might perfectly survive the virus, we are carriers and we might transmit it to others. There's a series of things of advice by the government of what to do. So don't expose yourself. They haven't shut down the workforce, meaning they haven't told people to stay at home because of something very basic, and is you don't want to destroy the economy of the country in 1 month. And that would happen if you just tell people don't come to work at all. You would this, I cannot explain you how terrible that would be. So pretty much they're trying to avoid that, but besides going to work and doing the most important things you have to do, stay at home. Don't expose yourself, don't have contact with others, don't be around doing stupid things. Of course, wash your hands. That's basic, everybody knows. The singing the happy birthday of the UK, or whatever you do for washing your hands. It's not just washing them, you have to wash in between the fingers, you have to wash the fingernails, you can have a scrubbing thingy in your bathroom, try to even open the doors with your elbow when you arrive home, so you don't touch things with your dirty hands around, because the virus is it's very contagious. So stay away from crowds, and crowds that can be public transportation, squares, everything. Just stay away from crowds, because the virus had a reach of 4 meters. It's not the normal 1 meter of the normal flu, it's 4 meters, so it's a big distance. And with a mask, the normal masks don't work, so you can use the filter ones if you bought them before. But for example, in the Czech Republic, we're already experiencing crisis because people went ahead and bought these masks like crazy, and then people that actually need these masks to work with certain patients, for example, kids with cancer, are not able to find the masks, and it's becoming kind of a big deal with masks. So don't buy the cheap ones, because the cheap ones work for these patients that can have other diseases. You need the ones with the filter. If you cannot find the ones with the filter, just don't buy any mask. That's it. And use alcohol and disinfectant in the surfaces, because the virus can live in the surfaces. I think they say from 60 minutes to 6 hours or something like that. Harsh surfaces especially. So try to clean everything. Try to keep everything clean. If you have a shop, clean the handles, clean everything. With rubbing alcohol is more than enough. If you have a disinfectant product, even better. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about what are we doing as a Capapil Aliberandi family living in the Czech Republic to prevent getting it and spreading it. Me, I'm working 100% from home because I can. I'm a freelancer. I do these videos. I do photo editing. I did cover a wedding yesterday. So the ones who follow me on Instagram, by the way, follow me. I cover a wedding. That was the last wedding I'm going to have for a very long time because the entire 30 people gathering, new rule. But yeah, in general, now I'm like pretty much working from home. If I had any photo shoot, I'm pretty much canceling and rescheduling, and I'm just doing photo editing from home. Number 2, we are using the car. I'm trying to drive pretty much everywhere. I try to pick Jan at work. He does have the mask, the one with the filter, because his boss bought them for the employees, so he's able to use that. But me, pretty much, I'm going to the supermarket by car. I'm going pretty much everywhere by car to avoid being in public spaces. So if you have a car, maybe it's the time to take your car out. A third thing that we are doing is we are taking showers the moment that we come from the street. So yeah, wash your hands and everything. But if somebody sneezes and you have it in your neck, the virus, and you scratch your neck after washing your hands and then you touch your mouth, you're going to get it. So we pretty much are just, the moment we get home, we undress and we take a shower before touching anything, we just, make sure that home is a safe place for putting it that way. As well, we are already not visiting parents or grandparents because they are in the risk age, and we don't know if we're carrying it or if we might carry it in the future. So it's better just to not put them at risk by gathering with them. Also, I'm using disinfectant spray in my clothes. That's pretty much Lysol, but you have other brands that are especially they say disinfectant for fabrics. I know you can find them in pretty much every supermarket here in the Czech Republic. Go ahead, majority of them do kill the virus, so you can buy that. Otherwise, you can buy alcohol and spray it in things. For example, purse, wallet, and the phone. Yeah, the phone is one of the things that is the most disgusting thing. We touch it all the time. We clean our hands, but we don't clean the phone, so it's very stupid. One thing we do is the moment we get home, we take a disinfectant wipe and we clean our phones so we can make sure there's nothing there. So you can use rubbing alcohol. Here in the pharmacies, they're selling 60% alcohol. That's fine. The 90% you actually need prescription, and they were saying it was not that fine because it evaporates too fast and it might not be able to kill the virus that fast. So pretty much normal alcohol in the pharmacies works. If you couldn't find the Purell that I know is out of stock since since the coronavirus in China, it got out of stock. So if you can find alcohol, you can put it in a spray bottle. Maybe if you cannot find alcohol anymore, then you just have to wash your hands a lot. Okay, for example, at home we have a thing called povidine. It's the same as betadine. It's like a dark red liquid, and that is used to disinfect wounds, but it does kill coronavirus. There's a study that proves that it kills coronavirus. Not specifically this kind, but every kind of coronavirus. So what we did is we mix a little bit of that liquid into our hand soap. So every time we wash our hands, we make sure that we're just not washing our hands with water and soap, but actually using something that can kill any potential virus there. Also very important, we're not shaking hands or saying hi with kisses to anybody anymore. That's it. We're not touching people. Opening doors is an issue, so use a tissue or use Purell after you open any door. And for example, to take tickets in the parking lots and everything, we're just using a key or something else. Just don't use your finger. Don't mark the elevator with your finger. Just try not to touch things. That's the best way to go, at least for us. We're planning to stay at home as much as possible. We already plan to watch TV, play games. We can even do yoga here in the living room. It's not huge, but we can do it. We are not gonna go out. We have a small balcony. That's more than enough. We can grill there in the balcony if it's nice, and that's it. We don't want to go out. We don't want to go to parks. We don't want to expose other people, and we don't want to be exposed to other people. Also, we did stock up on food. I'm saying don't go crazy on this. I'm just saying what we did, okay? Maybe we are mistaken. Maybe what we did is not perfect, but is the way we roll. We went to the supermarket and we bought food enough for a month and a half or 2 months. We have normal toilet paper. You don't have to go buy 35,000 rolls of toilet paper. Just be normal. Because, if those things get out of stock, nobody else are going to be able to find them, and you're going to have for toilet paper for 2 years that you actually don't need. But, try not to be selfish. It's not the time to be selfish. But you can actually go to the supermarket and do a big grocery shop, because it's better that you do it now than maybe once the virus is more here, or maybe when the measurements are harder. And that way you don't expose yourself by going to the supermarket pretty much every day. So we stock up on meat, chicken, and of course the normal things like rice, pasta, and things that can be preserved, as well as a lot of canned food. So if you have the time to do that, maybe do that. You don't have to panic. You can just do a bigger grocery shopping than your average one, so you don't have to go every week. That's what we did. It's my recommendation. When you stay at home, nothing. Just try to just clean all the hands of the door and everything, because sometimes we come from work or from the street and we open the bathroom door to clean our hands, and then we forget to clean that handle. So just be extra careful and be extra clean, as well as cleaning your car keys, for example, and the wheel of your car in case that you're driving everywhere like we are. The conclusion is that one: don't be selfish. Maybe you're gonna get it and nothing is gonna happen, but try not to spread it, because all people are actually suffering with this, and it's actually affecting some young people as well. So we just don't want to have a health crisis here. It's not nice, and of course it's not nice, but I mean, if it happens, even if you don't get coronavirus, but if you're in a, God forbid, in a car accident, there might be no beds for you in the hospital because everything is taken by the coronavirus people. So that's why they're implementing these measurements. Stay at home. Don't be stupid. Don't be selfish. Just, be coherent and, stay safe. So this is the webpage, by the way, that you can go to check out the coronavirus in every country. I'm also going to leave it in the description box. Thank you so much for watching, and remember that I do videos about Prague every week. Every Tuesday I post vlogs, and every Friday usually I do what's for dinner, but when something bigger is happening, I might avoid the what's for dinners and go directly to a video like this one. Don't forget to subscribe and to give this video a big thumbs up. Also share it with your people, share it with your friends. A lot of people in Prague don't know what to do, don't know what's going on, so I think this is going to help everybody get informed of why the measurements that the country is taking. That's it. I'll see you on Tuesday with the second video that you voted. Here is my Instagram. That's where you voted for this video. I asked if you wanted to know why are we living in Czech Republic or coronavirus in Prague, and you voted 50-50. Never had that many people voting. I had around 120 people voting. This is insane. I'm very happy. I'm very glad you all voted. But it was exactly 50-50. That's why this video is coming on Friday, and why are we living in the Czech Republic is coming next Tuesday. So stay tuned for that, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and wash your hands. Bye.